Welcome everyone, this is Pilot News and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at lasers and LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us Sazwinda
Hello.
and Guarendas.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome back where?
Thank you.
And this week we had a small release, update 36.0.2. And in there is one change relating to classes, and that is on the Warden, the Cardland Essence of Mastery once again correctly reduces your mastery skill cooldowns when you critically hit. And as for items, tokens of heroism now function properly after a character is defeated. And the needful haste duration traceries from the following packages have been replaced with ranged attack, evade, and block chance traceries, since Huntsman Hunters do not have access to needful haste. And those were the Huntsman traceries level 120, 130, and 140, both from Valor packages and Legendary Item Builder set packages. This will not affect traceries that have already been received or Huntsman tracery packages that have already been opened. The 4-piece set of the armor of Dinhegil now properly guarantees a devastating hit after using aim. As for PvMP, mount speed of the Mahogany Bay Horse rewarded through Monster Play is now set at plus 16% speed boost. Tinctures that formerly boosted Audacity were causing some unwanted behaviors in the Entmoors. As a result, we have changed the benefit that these items grant to apply a 5% boost to combinations earned for 60 minutes and can only be used every 60 minutes. I'm going to assume that means they found some sort of exploit in that because of the rather obscure wording in which they worded that.
Yeah.
And now Audacity scrolls dropping from loot boxes for monster players are now correctly bound to account. Orc Defiler Enhanced Fungal Spores once again correctly applies its plus 15% incoming healing effect. Burglars are now properly directed to the next step of the Entmoors tutorial to receive their gear. And siege equipment has been disabled for both players and monster players. This is because siege mode has been postponed. And they had the siege equipment working, but without the siege mode in there, I think it was just nothing but a distraction. And as for quests, missions, and adventure areas, implemented a fix to increase the performance in delving missions and instances. I was hoping that this would give us some sort of noticeable reduction of lag on the system, but I haven't noticed any reduction of it, so I would presume that they are still going to be finding and trying to uproot additional elements that may be causing us trouble. And have you ever noticed whether... Oh, that's right, Sans has been out for a while, so I guess you wouldn't be able to compare, let's say, the last couple of months over what we had this week. But I don't think I noticed any significant difference in the lag performance. Wargs will no longer travel outside of the instance space, but continue to use delving skills in the Before the Shadow mission, the Jaws of... Yeah, it was annoying that they went out of there, so I guess adding delvings on top of that probably makes that annoyance even worse.
I mean, they won't let us out of the moors.
No, I think they're talking about...
No, it's a joke, Pine. It's just...
Oh, okay.
Like, I can't go outside of my instance space when I'm on the moors on my wargs, so I don't think it's fair that the NPC wargs get to do that.
Okay. Now I see. Yes. And Delphi quartermasters and Delphi mission givers have been added to 8 additional skirmish camps. And the Delphine weekly quest, Delphine Deepest, now refers to 3/6 person instances for clarity. Probably was only referencing missions prior to this. And the mission Dangerous Deliveries now functions properly again.
They got the tracking system figured out.
Ah, okay, good. The minimum level to begin the quest Rohan Awaits has been reduced to 72 from 74. This quest can now also be turned in even if you have already completed the storyline of Blankhold in the world, because we all know that since Winda tries to run that quest as soon as possible.
I was going to say, Sans, you can get your war steed 2 levels earlier.
Well, I mean, mostly what this means is that like I can actually get this quest out of my log the proper way by turning it in.
The log the proper way, yes, because you're always getting your war steed before you hit the minimum level for the quest.
Yep.
And the healers in the Angmar Reborn and Gondor Renewed questing hubs now sell drafts, salves, and other items of all levels. And the strange file found on the abandoned wagon in Upper Lebanon will again bestow a trail marked in the gear. I am trying to. The strange file found in the abandoned wagon in Upper Lebanon.
I'm going to guess that it's one of those, oh, there's this object over here with yellow lettering over it for its name. I should go click on it.
Yeah, you mean this? I have a feeling I might never have ever found this item.
Scavenger hunt.
Okay, so apparently there's this strange file in an abandoned wagon somewhere that, as far as I know, I have never seen. So, and now it will once again bestow the quest it was supposed to bestow. And that's it for our update for this week. That was update 36.0.2. Right now, they are estimating that update 36.1 is likely to be put out around the 12th of, because there's obviously not going to be any sort of update next week because early next week they have the holiday and all of that. So, but they are scheduling an update the week after that. I think he mentioned only that there are only going to be a few minor things that are going to be involved in that one. It's not going to be anything big or anything like that. So it's not certainly not going to be anything like update 37. It's going to be in update 37. I guess will probably be sometime in August or early September. I guess we'll have to see about that. And that's what we're all waiting for. And it's probably going to be a few more weeks before we see any Bulwer builds related to update 37. Even though, of course, we're all probably anxiously waiting for the first previews of River Hobbits.
I can't wait till this month's scenario stream because he kind of said he was thinking that may be one that will be the preview for the new housing.
Ooh, all right.
I mean, he wasn't like saying that was set in stone, but that's what he said. I think that our next one will be that, and I'm very excited about that.
Oh yeah, so we could see what type of thing, because I'm getting the impression that it's going to be related to River Hobbits.
Yeah, I kind of got that from some of the teaser art that they'd had.
Oh, I did not see the teaser art.
I think that was in conjunction with the stream when Severlin was on.
Oh, okay. I guess I thought that art was related to the to where the to maybe a starting
Oh,
instance with river
well,
hobbits or something like that.
maybe, but I kind of, well, at least some of it looked like housing stuff, and I'm kind of like,
Okay, I guess
I guess I jumped to conclusions, but
okay. You came to the conclusion. In fact, I think that
because I really hope it is housing stuff because that tapestry thing looked really cool.
yes, and that explains because Druid's Fire was also saying something similar a couple of days ago because she was thinking that was a hint that the new housing area was going to be in Lindleby.
I wouldn't turn that location down. It's really pretty up there.
Well,
Maybe it's through that little gate up into the mountains somewhere.
ah, I guess
That would be nice.
that way it'll be someplace.
As long as there isn't a giant strange creature lurking, like peeking out of something, like Scenario's big cave claw type creature peeking out of something up there.
Yeah. We have a giant eagle standing over it, trying to
Let's hope
protect the
so.
area.
Yes, and and offshoot of the area to keep an eye on things.
Yes. Also, this week they were planning to have a preview of an updated LOTRO store, and that we'll be able to see what they were planning for it. Unfortunately, due to technical issues, they had to postpone this. But they did have an article, a post on there talking about what they're planning on there. It says, we're in the process of preparing an update to the LOTRO store, and we are interested in getting feedback. So obviously, they're going to be having a new date for this. And the new store should be generally familiar to you as it is extended mostly similar to the existing store with the new features or additions. However, if you encounter any issues, then of course they ask you for feedback if you do go around playing with the preview on it. And let's see. And they talk about the store, what you have to do in order to access stuff like this. Probably won't go into it because that may change in the process in there. But the idea there is that they are trying to make it easier to browse the store and things like that. And they're also going to I believe a new whoever runs the store. I'm trying to remember the right name for whoever runs the game store or something like that. But I guess vendor maybe. Anyway, whoever it
That
is,
sounds right.
yeah, whoever it is, they will be having a new vendor is probably the main reason for all of these updates in there. They'll be making some tweaks, hoping that friends, hoping that when they do their tweaks, that it'll be a good user experience on there. So there will probably be another test on it. Probably not next week, maybe a couple weeks from now. They'll have something ready so that we'll be able to test this. But that'll be for a later time. And that's it for our news this week. So let's head into our store sales. Where in this? What's on sale this week?
Oh, everything. Sorry, I'm looking at this long list going, come on, Pine, can you at least split it up a little?
Okay.
But anyway, there
up.
are special sales now through July 9th. There are discounts on some of the more recent expansions, 25% off Fate of Gundabad, 50% off War of Three Peaks, 75% off Mordor, and 75% off of Minas Morgul. Also permanently available in the Lotro store are healers and instrument carryalls. So you can get those carryalls that you can put all your potions in if you're in Delvings. The problem is you still can't use the potions out of the carryall, can you? Or did they
No, you
fix that?
can't. No, they haven't
Yeah.
fixed that.
And musical instruments, which if you're more of a amusing filthy casual like me, will probably make you more excited, you you can play all the things with whomever you meet up with. But yeah, those are going to be available permanently now. It's double bonus points through the July the 9th, and you also get an elixir of virtue when you are purchasing double bonus points. That's a limited time there in the LOTRO store. Doesn't happen very often. Might want to take advantage of that, folks. And there are summer sales this week. It's 35% off the plus 2000 virtue acceleration, 50% off of plus 5,000 enhanced reputation supply. That was fireworks in the background. My apologies if you could hear that, anybody. 75% off plus 100% mark acquisition boost. That is through July the 6th. And make your piece of Middle Earth shine. 20% off select housing decorations, select housing sets, housing property writs, and select quotes. And there is a weekly coupon for free elixir of heroism. The coupon code heroism through the July the 6th.
A heroic effort.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Sorry about the fireworks in the background, if you could hear it.
Let's head into our week in gaming. Sense Window, what were you up to?
So, I started the week by attending the Knights of the White Lady anniversary parade in Bree, and it was excellent. Then I ran my first delvings with Maven. We ran them at tier 7, and I got some good gear. And that inspired me to finish the Gundabad epic story with Sanswinda, and then I did a bit of work returning to Karn Doom, and ended up fish slapping somebody at the end of my time there. And I also started Gundabad with Knuckle Sandwich and Marlena.
You fish slapped some. See, you said returning to Karn Doom, and you fish slapped somebody at the end.
Yes, he deserved it richly. He deserved worse, but they wouldn't let me reach him.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to figure out who you were trying to.
Well, so there was this evil apothecary thing going on.
Oh, okay. Was it the person? Was it the quest giver by any chance?
Yes, that would be the person who got fish slapped several times as he was out of reach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can understand why you were fish slapping them. Okay. Yes.
Yep. And then I started the Gundabad story with Knuckle Sandwich and Emerlina Cinders, so that was fun.
Yes, I noticed that you were there when I was visiting the Noble Threshold.
Nice. Yeah, we had some fun there and cleaned up a little bit. Polished off some mirrors that had been kind of bugified. And then I played some Ark and discovered I could transfer dinos from my single-player game to my single-player server if I checked the right options. And that was pretty awesome. So then I worked on that some more. And that was pretty much my week. How was your week, Where?
Well, my beloved kin, Knights of the White Lady, had their Sweet 16 anniversary in LOTRO, and it went really well. You can get a look at some of it on Agent Brigman's stream VOD from Sunday the 25th on Twitch, and Hollyberry of the Induni Ensemble posted our after-party concert on her YouTube channel, and it was a lot of fun. And my Hobbit Hunter has both the potato frame, because I decided she's the yeoman, and rather than Guer, who normally gets everything, getting the potato frame, and I knew Guer would probably never use it, I gave it to my yeoman. She's a hobbit, she needs the taters. And the flower frame, also from Midsummer's, is now on my little Hobbit Hunter Salvia. So got some festivaling done, and in ESO, my eponymous Arcanist is up to level 44. And I need to figure out her armor sets for when she hits level 50 CP. I'm not entirely sure what to do with that. The class is so new, but I'm having a lot of fun with that. Using books to shoot laser beams at things and kill them is a lot of fun. Pine, what have you been up to?
All right, I will. Okay, begin with my lore master, my lower level lore master, who found half of a ring. Not sure what we're going to do about the other half, but that's an entirely different matter. But anyway, I found half a ring and now I'm on search for the other half. And my runekeeper ran Elder Slade missions. This is to contrast because last week I was running Gundabad missions, so now I'm running Elder Slade missions in order to try to catch up on all of the missions for that particular character on there. And I am just getting started in the quest line in New Gondor. After that, we had Friday Night Fights. And Friday Night Fights, we managed to run all sorts of skirmishes in there. It was mostly trying to run skirmishes, but then somebody thought, hey, if we are running these skirmishes all busting through them, doing wonderfully, perfectly, that means we could handle Bells of Dale at tier 2.
How'd
You
that
could-
go, Pine?
Well, I think your laugh pretty much sums it up.
I mean, it sounds reasonable to me, but I'm guessing it didn't go as well as it could have.
Well, we got to the first boss. Everything was well up until the first boss. And during the first boss, we wiped and wiped and wiped and wiped until we finally decided maybe this isn't going to work. We had in our group, see if I remember the composition properly, I believe it was a Bjorning, a champion, I think a captain, I think was the next one, and 3 runekeepers. So not exactly what we call the most balanced party in the world. So that made things a little bit interesting on there. But anyway, after we gave on that, we then ran another skirmish, which we did well on, probably, I think, Prancing Pony. Then finally decided, okay, let's conclude with Rescue at Nurse Khashu. Of course, we went and ran through that, completed the first section of it, got to the boss fight, went on to the battle through there. And of course, you had the part of the boss fight where Goladier decides to attack. Now, I knew that we were going to be in trouble when during the first fellowship maneuver that you have at the beginning of the fight, I noticed that Goladier was put down to a sliver of morale. So we came really close to killing him on that first one in there. So now we came to the second one in there, and one of us
Can
sneezed.
somebody heal Goladier while we're doing this?
You can't heal
I
Goladier.
know.
That's the problem. It's like it'd be nice if you were allowed to do so, but unfortunately, they don't know. You would think though that with that green fellowship maneuver that we just did, that it will, if it brings Goladier to his senses, that the green fellowship maneuver will heal him or something like that. But no, he's left at a sliver, and then I think I was tabbing to get to the next enemy right at the moment that Goladier went active. You can figure out what happened then. Just one ping of a lightning bolt. Goladier fell down, and we got the message. Okay, failed skirmish. Well, right after that, the boss died. So
Ouch.
we got the failure message, but we got the marks and the chest as if we didn't fail. So we all went in there, quickly looted the chest before they kicked us out.
Yeah.
So we succeeded and failed in the skirmish at the same time.
That's some talent right there.
And such is life.
Yeah. Actually, the skirmish that's most infamous for that happening has to be Stand at Amansul, because the number of times that we've killed the boss, but the ads killed killed the ranger. This happened several times. I've actually seen that happen. And what you do is that I've gotten to the habit that as soon as I see the boss go down, I loot the corpse as I continue along in the fight. So that if
Well, I have him selected already. Better grab hit you for use quickly.
yes, they grab the loot and then continue on the fight just in case our ranger friend dies. So that's a little bit of an amusement there. Then on the field trip, we ran some small fellowship skirmishes, and mostly we did skirmishes in it, but I thought, hey, let's mix this up a little bit. Let's run what's it called? Something. It was one of the Great Goblin ones. It's the 3-player instance against the Great Goblin, because I know that there are 2 Great Goblin instances. I always confuse their name with one another. So we ran the Great Goblin instance, and we got along there. And of course, you go kill the Great Goblin. Then, of course, the second Great Goblin, the person who promotes himself to Great Goblin, for the second boss fight. And we just kept on wiping. I don't know. Whatever, we just could not figure out how to win that particular one. So we wound up giving up on that particular one. I guess that was sort of our almost a saying, oh, okay, guess what's going to happen tonight? because the field trip was, of course, before Friday night fights in there. So
your Goblin Noir instead of your Bet Noir.
And anyway, we managed. We succeeded in some skirmishes and failed in instances last night. Apparently, it seemed to be the theme. And that's it for my week in gaming. We currently have 13 supporters on Patreon, and if you'd like to join this illustrious rate of players and help support LOTRO players, you go to the donations page to support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Your money will be used for podcast hosting, website hosting, and to pay for our live shows. We have 2 shows that we record here at Players Alliance on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. We have DDO Players News, and on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. US Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Players News. You guys join our shows at LOTROplayers.com/live. If you would like to contact us, you can contact us by emailing us at podcast@LOTROplayers.com. That is all for tonight, and this is Pine Mules reminding you to skirmish responsibly.